Hello, testing. Okay. I can't get comfortable. Hold on. You know, I realized there's so many videos that I wanted to make, but simply for the fact of tying the bow tie, which is very tedious, a lot of that prevented me from actually filming. I'm glad that I found the necktie with the exact same pattern as this. Do you know how rare it is to find this exact same pattern? I've looked and I've scoured the internet, and so far I only have found 4 different bow ties which I've bought. I wish I bought more, but I cannot find this pattern for some reason, this exact pattern. It ended up like disappearing off the face of the internet once I kind of made this bow tie like my brand. Anyways, about ALA, I've had so many moments in ALA that were just amazing and also extremely stressful. I haven't watched my own vlogs in a while, so I don't know if I mentioned that I did not have a microwave or a refrigerator in my hotel, and therefore I could not buy anything that was perishable. And some people were asking me, why did I only eat peanut butter and honey sandwiches with granola bars? It's because those were the only things that I could find and think of that would not spoil. But aside from that, a lot of what had happened in ALA was pretty life-changing for me, and it gave me a bigger and broader view of what's possible. I think that for a long time, I haven't really been happy making content. It just got to a point where it became too mundane, it became boring, it didn't really feel like I was having fun. Which is why I started doing a ton of vlogs, and that killed my channel, which I'm trying to now revitalize, so you can watch my videos to kind of boost it back into the algorithm. But I guess long story short, I wasn't getting bored of making this type of content. I had just outgrown the pool that I reside in. Like, ComicCon is exciting, yes, but doing the same thing, seeing the same people in pretty much the same cosplays like year after year after year for like almost 10 years, it gets kind of repetitive. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with like wearing the same type of cosplay, especially if you love the character. By all means, keep doing it. But what I'm saying is that feel like I've done a lot in this community in Hawaii, and going off to ALA was definitely an eye-opener and a game changer for me. Meeting different people for one, but also too just seeing a different environment in general, because I guarantee you take Hawaii Comic-Con, Honolulu Comic-Con, Onicon, whatever other con came down here along with ComicCon, you put them all together, you can't tell which one is which because it's always at the convention center and there's always going to be like roughly the same thing happening. But it's not to say that it's a bad thing. It's just more or less, for me, it's been tedious. If it's as simple as going to a convention with no plan because the person who was supposed to be your tour guide decides to tell you the day before you fly out that she didn't take off on those 5 days you're going to be up there while a storm is going on, of all places in Los Angeles. Who knew that when I go up there I'd bring the rain? But it happened, and I'm glad that it did, because if my friend had told me like a month in advance that I wouldn't have a tour guide and I wouldn't be in a controlled environment where I could rely on her to show me around, I probably would have canceled. And on top of that too, because I lost my job on the 5th, I probably would have gotten a refund on everything so I could save money. So in the end, I feel like everything was just meant to happen the way it was supposed to happen, which is me feeling very stressed out on the first night and not having hot water for 3 days and being able to experience the hardships to appreciate the goodness of what was to come. If you haven't watched my vlog series, I highly suggest you do, because it was a journey that I went on. The only other comparable journey that I can think of was TanaCon, and going to TanaCon on impulse, spending about $2,000, just putting it on my credit card and flying out for an event that was catastrophic and part of YouTube history was one of the greatest moments of my life. So one thing that I've learned is I actually thrive in environments and situations that are out of my control. And for the people who enjoy what I do, and for the people who I made friends with, and for the old friends who I reunited with, like my friend Stacy, I truly am grateful that you guys were part of my experience. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me, and I definitely took everything to heart, and that is why I am announcing I am going to multiple cons this year. So the first big event that I'm going to is Fanime. I have heard about that. That name has been dropped multiple times. Another convention that I am going to is a small one. It's a one-day event. It's called Fangia, and I'm actually a guest for that. I don't really know when that's going to happen, but I will make more updates as the time goes on and as it gets closer. If you don't follow me on Instagram, that's probably the best way to keep in touch as well as know what's going to happen with this channel. Well, and also speaking of Instagram, I am going to start a photography Instagram because I've tried mixing the two together and it doesn't work. I got my main one, which is like my personal one with the cosplay montages and all that other stuff on there. There is another Instagram account which I will make as soon as this video is done. It's called Grant Uchida Photography. How original, right? Yeah, but photography was kind of like that little thing that I tried to see and experiment with. I remember one time on Instagram, I tried to take a photo and upload one every single day for a year. And it got to like maybe 3/4 of the year and I was like, this is unpleasant, and I stopped. And it wasn't until recently did I really think about turning photography into like a business. After seeing what I can do when I actually try to take photos of people, I convinced myself that I can. I'm trying this new thing where every single day I will focus all of my efforts onto one thing, whether it be photography, YouTube, or music, and I'm just going to alternate between them so that I don't burn myself out on one thing or get bored of something for constantly doing it. That's what I would do a lot, and I started to figure out that's why I got burnt out. Making a vlog every single day for over 60 days, it was fun, but eventually I started to realize that I wasn't doing anything else. Everything in my life stopped. And the same thing when I was live streaming on Twitch. For those of you who remember, I used to do Twitch, and I did that for like 3 months, and I realized I hated my life, so I stopped. I was supposed to make a video called I Became a Gamer So You Don't Have To, and I spent like 300 hours in 1 month playing Apex Legends, and I got very frustrated and easily irritable because I'm no longer playing it to have fun, I'm just doing it to do it. So I stopped.
They're on top of us.
Oh, shoot. So now I'm trying a new method. I also have been making time to read every single day, even if it's only like a couple pages. I think that that's also what cleared my head out a lot and gave me a lot of new perspectives in life. Not only self-help books and all of that stuff, but actually just reading storybooks just to kind of have fun. Oh yeah, and I'm also working on a manga. So this right here is basically the storyboarding for a story that I have worked on since high school. I've been wanting to finish this story for years and years and years, and so I'm going to dedicate one of the days of the week to working only on this. What else was I going to talk about? I will try to make a video a week. I have backstock of these like mini montages that I was making throughout the 6 months that I was inactive. And the thing too is that computer was the computer that was editing those videos, and that computer is dying. So I don't know how much more I can... It's hard to explain. I have 2 computers. If I try to take the project from one computer and put it onto the other, it like messes up the entire file, and then both computers can't use it. I don't know why. It's the same program for both of them, but for some reason it's not... I can't switch them around. I accidentally did that once and it messed everything up. What I want to close on and say is there's going to be more consistency on YouTube. Go follow my Instagram, and if you would like to book me for a photo shoot at one of the conventions, you can go to my website. Hopefully my website is up. If not, DM me on Instagram or leave me a message on an email at grantuchida.com. Or no, that's my website. grantuchida@gmail.com. You can leave me an email and we can talk there. Basically, this year I want to see if I can be a full-time content creator and actually like make my own successful business in photography, because I've always felt like I needed a safety net for all of these things. But as Charlie Day said it, sometimes you don't want a plan B because it'll muddy up your plan A. So this is going to be my plan A, and I'm going all in to everything that I want to pursue, and I'm going to have ruthless aggression, as John Cena said during his first match when he fought Kurt Angle. That's a WWE moment.
Ruthless aggression.
You know, I wanted to make so many video essays, and like I had so many good ideas, like talking about Space Jam and comparing it to Naruto, and how Space Jam 2 is so similar to Boruto because they both suck. I wanted to break down the brilliance of Joel Goldberg from the show You, and how he's basically a male yandere.
I'd rather watch a cat massacre.
That sounds dope.
There are so many things that I wanted to make, but those videos probably are never going to see the light of day because I no longer feel passionate about making them. I would force myself to make these videos that I thought I wanted to make when in actuality I was doing it just because I wanted to create something. And I realized that that something isn't always the best thing to make, if that makes any sense. Sometimes the best thing to do is just go out and take photos. Sometimes the best thing to do is play a bunch of your own songs. Sometimes the best thing to do is read the book Dear Evan Hansen, which you've had on your bookshelf for about 3 years. Somebody got this book for me and I'm only now reading it. I've surrounded my life with YouTube for over a decade. And ironically, because of my focus on the algorithm and because of the focus on creating content that I think people will like, it always boiled down to the whole thing of like, I get burnt out. I'm not exactly happy making what I want to make. And I take a break for a long time and I disappear for months at a time. And I come back rejuvenated and the same process starts again. But now I realize it's not about just YouTube because I have so many other talents. I have so many other things I want to do. I still have to work on my autobiographical comedic self-help book. Shoot. That's something that I'm going to put on my calendar that I'm going to work on later on this week, maybe Friday. So that's all I wanted to say. I realized I went over 30 minutes because my camera stopped turning. It's a DSLR thing. Don't worry about it. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this little rant. Yeah, I have to watch back the footage and see if I'm going to use any of this. I probably will. Oh, shoot. I was supposed to finish editing that garage progression video. Okay, I gotta do that. And then after that, the montages will come up. But this video will be the start of something new. High School Musical. All right, guys. Take care. See you guys later. Oh, shoot. I kicked my camera. Okay, bye. She's got her gun now. She's ready to fight. Only 7 rounds here tonight. Oh, she's gonna get that gold. Yeah, she'll be a champion. Don't fly away now. Oh, Jiggly. Shoot them out, yeah, Jiggly. Blast those rockets on their head, yeah, Jiggly. Throw the bombs at their ass, oh, Jiggly. Make sure you heal real fast, oh, Jiggly. You can do it, beat that by flying, oh, Jiggly. Get some shields and heal yourself, oh, Jiggly. Oh my god, dude.